Hey Aries, how are you? I wanted to do your reading while I'm still in the energy of your full moon. That super moon, wow. That was just amazing here where I live. Last night it was just so giant and beautiful. We saw a comet this week, which is a portend, which portends usually something big changing or going on. So let's see where we're going with Aries. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus Aries. We have a lot of energy in your sign, which is also why I wanted to do it. The North Node is in your sign, obviously. North Node and South Node, and that is about mission and purpose. So I feel like this full moon might have activated some things for some of you. I'll talk more about the astrology as we kind of go through this reading. So let's see what's going on for my Aries folk, my fellow fire signs. All right, wow. Okay. Nature spirits. I just did a whole section for my Pathfinders about nature spirits, really about the fairies and about gnomes and working with tree energy. This is the tree energy right here, about, kind of listening to the wisdom of nature and how we are working with it. Seriously, like the moon cycles, the tides come in and out, all of how nature works. You would be, I feel like, very empowered to really deeply connect to Gaia right now. This is going to be something that's important. All right, I'm getting this energy of like put your roots into the ground, and this is a metaphor, really deeply, because we are going to have this big blow kind of energy, like hurricane kind of energy over the next 6 months. And Aries and fire signs, I expect, will be really in some kind of dynamic leadership to be able to help people navigate through the storm or through some kind of storm that we're dealing with. Affluence, what does that mean to you? Gratitude. Yeah, here's the stormy card. All right, so I was just talking about this with someone this morning, a friend of mine this morning, and we were talking a lot about financial markets and how all of that eventually over time, but not a long period of time. We're not talking about low, sort of incremental, I don't mean low, but like sort of, something that's kind of happening in the background and changing. It has been for the past 15 years. We've had, the influx of things like Bitcoin and other types of transferable resources. And there's something here about absolutely, there's Libra on the bottom, needing to balance resources. So what is affluence to you? What does that mean? Does it mean time? Does it mean, oh, I just want a lot of money, like F you money, so I can just tell my boss to go away? Does it mean I just want to feel safe? Does it mean I just want to ride out a storm or be confident in that or whatever? It's like your life is not really about having no problems. It's about your ability to surf the energy. Okay. And being able to handle things when they come up, and it's like, it's not, there you are. It's not like blowing me away. It's not making me feel so insecure that I can't take action. It's about, being so balanced that I'm able to assert my own sovereignty when I need to, whether that's in relationship or that's in life in general. So let's see here. Knight of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. I love that. I love that. Here's the moon. We just had your Aries full moon last night. And that really was a really powerful, for not being an eclipse. We've had eclipse energy for the last month or so, month and a half, and I thought that full moon was every bit as powerful as those eclipses, the Four of Wands and the Six of Wands. So this is setting you off on a new course, a good one, a happy one, and a course that is built on your own strength and structure. I feel like there's new offers coming in, new opportunities coming in. And this is really just between now and the new moon. This is not, we're not talking anymore. And I feel like in the past years, I've been on YouTube for about 8 years. And in the past, I remember doing readings that I was thinking like, like super big picture, long-term kind of things. When I'm talking about like financial markets completely transforming, or the concept of how we think about money kind of going away, I am not talking about decades of energetic shifting. We're moving from Pluto and Capricorn, which is the energy of banking systems and financial markets, insurance, big pharma, all that stuff. Pluto is making deep, abiding change. This is an internal revolution, a soulful revolution. And sometimes I'm even wowed by the idea that back in 2016 or 2017, I named this channel Soulful Revolution because I thought it was cool. I heard it on a Bob Marley song and I was like, okay, I think that's great. It does track for me. It did track for me in 2017 about how my life was continually being evolved, but not even really evolved. It was like a complete revolution, right? Evolution is this slow and abiding change. Revolution comes from a hell no, not going to take that anymore. And this is an internal hell no, I'm not going to take that anymore. So the Four of Swords here is really beautiful in that there's a purposefulness, an intention that's being set that is founded in your own sovereignty or what you're wanting to create. It's a purposeful kind of shift away from things that have uprooted us. Remember the tree, the nature spirits, things that have uprooted us. I mean, I'm old enough to remember how many times has my 401k been wiped out? How many times? A lot. How many times have there been sudden layoffs and sudden things like that that have really uprooted people? It's like at the worst time, right? How many times has that happened? And I just feel like this Aries full moon says, hey, I am able to walk this new normal, this new path. The morning message that I posted today was about the new normal. What's your new normal? Okay, what is that? The 10 of Wands. You don't have to do everything for everybody else. We're so busy making a living, we forget to make a life. 10 of Wands, the Tower. Magician, you will be able to manifest anything you want at the moment you need it. This is the storm. Okay, this is the storm that's coming through. There is not going to be, it's going to, okay, I just want to make sure I say this carefully. It's going to wipe out structures that have kept us in fear and the energy of lack. And the energy of lack, get this, is also when you are hoarding. So if there are, multi-billionaires on this planet, a lot of them are hoarding the resources. Okay. And so that is a system that's been corrupted and needs to be wiped out. Okay. Needs to be wiped out. The gift is you don't need it. We manifest whatever we want exactly when we need it. So don't be afraid of any kind of upheaval. And I do believe it's going to happen. Your job is to just sort of be in the energy of it. Do this, ground yourself, and allow this shift to come through. It is going to benefit humanity. It's going to benefit all of us. It's going to make things much more egalitarian. There's not going to be this have and have nots thing. No more. All right. Tower is pretty immediate. So there's the world, the new normal, 3 of Swords and the Empress. So this at first may seem, okay, like a tower, but it's only because we as a culture, Western world primarily, but the entire globe, holding on to situations that no longer serve us. And in an egoic way. All due respect, the shadow side of Aries is ego. But you need ego to get out of bed in the morning. It's okay. All right. It's not like, oh, I've got an ego. That means I got to be laid low. Like, that's not it. If people are using resources to actively crush other people, that can't stay. We're moving into an energy of love and healing. Okay. So the world, 3 of Swords, Empress, 6 of Swords, woo, Ten of Swords, and the Chariot. So this looks like there's going to be some very fast, very sudden upheaval. And having gratitude, it's almost like what's being asked of you right now is to shift into the gratitude of what's meaningful to you. What is meaningful to you? Friendship, collective connectivity. In some decks, this is about a lot of us living together. We all live together. We have different resources. We take care of each other. There's something here about taking care of each other. Now, I realize this is a super big picture reading for Aries. And okay, a lot of you may be watching this who aren't an Aries, but are drawn here by the title. Or don't have, or, may have some things in Aries, but, aren't particularly connected to it. I'm a fire sign, but I have a lot more in the other two signs of Leo and Sagittarius. But there's something here that Aries is a leader, and Aries is leading the transformation here, because Aries is able to be a leader, right? The Six of Wands. That's part of what Aries does, which is take the risks to be the early adopters, the first through the door. That's very Aries energy, and that's very high vibe energy for that's a very high vibe Aries energy. Shadow Aries is I got mine, so screw you. That's shadow. So anything that is exclusionary, I feel like that goes away. Pluto is moving into Aquarius in November 19th, November 20th. And so that is about revolution. It's also about transformation in a air sign. Now, Pluto is transformation, just going through an earth sign. Consider like a ball, like a tennis ball, something concrete, trying to move through earth, and how slow going that is. But then it gets to air. Woo! You don't have to hit it too hard with a tennis racket for it to go far, right? But that same tennis ball in earth, you have to whack and whack and whack at it for it to go anywhere in earth. So this is what's happening is, woo, all of a sudden things manifesting is going to be happening. Magician, Empress, Chariot, fast movement. Let me clarify the Tower, please. Star, that's Aquarius energy, Pluto moving into Aquarius. Ace of Cups, Three of Wands. You've been manifesting this. Queen of Swords, I can see the future now very clearly. Look at this guy, can't see the future. He's got his head buried in his work. He's overloaded, overwhelmed. It's not good. Tower happens. Woo, I'm free. Right? Like, just consider, I'm just going to make this example because whoever you are, this is somebody's actual experience. I took that promotion 2 years ago and they punished me for it by making me do 3 jobs. And I can't go anywhere or do anything because I don't have any more time in my life because of all of my responsibilities to look for something better or to go towards something that suits me better or that feels good to me. I just have to keep burrowing and keep like pushing along. And then suddenly laid off. Now that is a bummer, but also, I'm free of it. Remember that big project that I was like, oh, this is going to doom everything. This is going to eat the budget's all fakakta. Like this is going to not be good. And then the layoff happens. You're like, don't care about that anymore. That's not even a thing. Something that made you lose sleep for months and months on end is like, oh yeah, I don't care about that anymore. That I'm just making a concrete example of how we've lived our lives, or how Aries, how you may have lived your life with responsibilities and with the overwhelm of a heavy burden, right? Much cattle, much care. And the Tower comes through and it's a gift. This is a gift. And this is the vision. This is clear sight. Libra, Gemini, Virgo, Taurus, Libra, Cancer. More Cancer. So there's I don't know which, if you're dealing with somebody right now, this could be a particular relationship that has ground down into like nobody's moving. Everybody's sort of dug in. Nobody's open to making things happier, lighter, work well. Nobody's open to a conversation. Everybody's just doing what they got to do to get through it. And then Empress here, Magician, Empress, Chariot. Woof! All of a sudden that person breaks up with you. Woo! I don't have to do those things anymore. I don't have to navigate this person anymore. This is how I felt after I left a narcissistic partner. It's like, woo! I can wake up when I want to. I can eat breakfast or not. I can have my own schedule. I can go where I want. I don't have to, woo, how freeing is that? So there's some kind of burden here that even though you're like working hard to keep it, it's going. And on the other side of that is freedom. Even though you might be afraid to let this go. Okay, the 3 of Swords and the 10 of Swords. 7 of Wands. Yeah, resisting it. Ace of Wands. New ideas coming through. 2 of Pentacles and the Strength card. So some of you are really holding on. I'm getting the feeling that has to do with money because affluence is here. Holding on to a situation, whatever that is, a job, a marriage, whatever. And suddenly, within the next 3 weeks, woof, poof. Don't have to worry about that anymore. Okay? Let's keep going. Aries, I'm going to continue on with your reading. If this is your reading, link is below. Come on, follow me. I'll see you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.